This man has a singular advantage over other men. Ben Richards is immune to every known disease, including old age. Periodic transfusions of his blood can give other men a second, a third lifetime, perhaps more.
Find Ben Richards.
The effects of a transfusion are only temporary. I must therefore control Ben Richards' life permanently.
He's the most valuable man in the world, but he's no good to me dead.
His brother may have the same kind of blood. We've got to find him before Richards does.
If you had $1 million blood, where would you hide?
I didn't ask for this. I was a test driver. I liked the job. One day the doctor told me I had some kind of special blood. I don't understand it. But I know this. Everything they're offering, I don't want. I gotta live free.
Ben Richards will live longer than anyone has ever lived. But a transfusion to the wrong man could make him a prisoner for all time. And so he runs from the hunters, the human hounds who would cage him.
Got your pay, Richards. $265. Want to count it?
I'll take your word for it.
How come always cash? Don't you trust the banks?
Yeah, but there's something about cash, more reality.
Oh.
Who are those men you were talking to?
Oh, they're making a survey.
About what?
Labor. Do we ever hire transient types? You know, on a temporary basis, without references.
Mean like me?
I tell them sure. Skilled men are hard to find. They can do the work, they're hired.
I'm sorry, but I have to leave, Betty.
Ben, wait!
It's an emergency. Family matter. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about it before.
You're quitting your job. Ben, what about me?
I'm sorry, Betty. But I've got to get going.
Well, where are you gonna be?
North, around Porterville.
And the Brady Construction Company. So, we have 7 firms with a policy of hiring temporary men without papers. and I'm checking them all out.
Precisely how you lost Ben Richards in the past, by warning him.
Every time your men come round asking questions, Ben Richards disappears.
I know that. I know the man,
Not
remember?
altogether, Mr. Fletcher. That is why Mr. Maitland hired us. My computer program is unique. Not only can we construct a profile of what the man does, but what he is.
The total man. His likes, his dislikes, his tastes in food, women, what he'll do under stress, and why.
Simply marvelous, but vague. Just tell me this, where is he heading now?
Can only give you probabilities at the moment, but in time, we'll be able to give you certainties.
All right, give me the probabilities.
On the basis of his last 10 moves, there's an 87% probability that he will head south.
So,
Given his estimated rate of travel, plus his desire to avoid main roads, he will stop here.
Good day to you, sir. Brokaw's the name and dealing's my game.
All right, let's make a deal then.
All right.
I'm gonna trade mine in on a newer one.
Can do. I got a nice little cream puff right over here. Low mileage, nice and clean.
Cheaper.
Cheaper. Right here. A good, solid piece of transportation.
How much?
$550. Of course, I realize that's quite a discount, but then, you know, business has been slow, and besides, I like to deal.
Those prices, I'd like to deal. How much for mine?
Not a good sound. I tell you what, though, friend, I like you. I'm gonna stretch way out. I'll give you $350 hard dollars.
All right, it's a deal. I've got the bill of sale. But I just bought the car, so I don't have the rest of the papers.
Oh. Well, you know, this is a little irregular.
Well, I'll give you the difference in cash.
Fine. Tell you what, I'll have the papers and all the details wrapped up by about 4 o'clock.
That late? I'm in kind of a hurry.
Can't do it any faster.
All right. I'll be back at 3:45.
All right, we'll be waiting for you. We'll have the paper, a free road map, and Brokaw's 10-day guarantee. Oh, hi, Wade. You arrest any beautiful chicks today? Yeah. No, it was just something funny. You know, a fella came in here and sold me his car at my price, and doesn't have a registration or a title or anything, just a bill of sale. Then he bought one of my cars. No dickering, paid cash. I tell you, he's really eager.
Very fond of chicken. Oh, except he used to douse it with Worcestershire sauce. Oh, and he loved green salads.
Fine. Now, did he put the Worcestershire sauce on with his right hand or his left?
Oh, right. Why do you want to know something like that?
Well, we're doing an in-depth study on this sort of man, the kind of man who likes to keep moving.
That's Ben. I guess I should have known better. He's a drifter. Except he doesn't really seem to be. He's got a purpose. Doesn't talk about it much. Anytime I ask him about it, he changed the subject.
By making love to you?
I didn't say that.
Now, did he like his foods highly spiced, coffee black?
I don't know how you can feed all that sort of stuff into that machine.
Well, it's a new technique, and it's very informative. Thank you, Betty.
Oh, welcome. I enjoyed the talk. I guess I'm gonna miss Ben.
I'll tell him when I see him.
Bye.
We are familiar with Richard's work history.
Details every person is important in helping us compile an intimate portrait of Richards. You cannot build an effective trap without first knowing your animal.
I wouldn't exactly define Ben Richards as an animal. He's a man, a very sensitive man, empathetic, quite attractive to women. That girl was halfway in love with him. She's filled out his emotional profile considerably.
That's all very charming, but where is he?
Give me a readout on the current probability standings. We have an 88% possibility that Richards is in one of those 3 towns.
Thank you, Doctor. We'll check all 3. Excuse me.
Being cornered, boxed in.
Terry, you have to stop identifying with this man. You must remember Ben Richards is a research project.
He's a man. Oh, Dwayne, I'm sorry.
It's all right, honey. I understand. After all, it's the first time we've applied this technique.
To a man whose only crime is Maitland wants him.
Remember, Maitland's going to pay us $1,000 a day for this programming. Enough for our own research project.
And maybe a little left over for a honeymoon.
Enough for that when the time is right.
Dwayne, this has to be the most restrained engagement in history.
Terry, I'm a cautious, conservative man. Bear with me.
Well, at least we work together. And I'd better get back to it.
Good. Remember, if we're successful, we'll receive a very substantial bonus.
When Ben Richards is caught.
Nothing in San Bernardo. Concentrate all efforts on Paso Vista. Fine.
Got the word back from Sacramento about 20 minutes ago. He's clean. It's Ben Richards' car, all right. And his old heap over there?
That's it.
This man Richards, he paid you in cash.
$200.
Well, just sit here and wait. When he comes back, give me a call.
Hey, is he wanted?
Well, the computer says no criminal record. But we got an inquiry from a commercial credit firm. I guess their computer asked our computer. Anyway, I want to talk to him.
That's his car. Have the area covered.
Ben Richards.
Who are you?
Don't ask questions now. Fletcher's got a dozen men in the area.
All right, then how do you get out of here?
Straight back. Cut right up the hill.
Then what?
That depends on how well you drive.
Yes, sir. Brokaw's the name, and dealing's my game. I see you're noticing that little cream puff over there, sir. If you need a second car, that's it. One owner, personal friend of mine. Let you have it for a little under $700.
Go!
My name's Terry Kerwin, Ben.
And who is Terry Kerwin? And why should she help me out of a jam?
Well, let's find a nice, quiet place, and I'll explain.
No, you'll explain right now.
You don't trust me,
No, I don't.
but you'll have to, if you want the explanation. How did I know that Fletcher would be here to find you?
If it wasn't for me, he'd have you in a bottle by now.
Where will he show up next? I think these are questions that are of life and death importance. Italian sausage and hot peppers.
Beautiful. You know, I love...
Spicy foods, open country, and fast cars. And you're compulsive about automobile engines. You spend half a day working out a minor miss in a car's engine.
Go on.
Well, I know a lot about you. I know more about you than I know about any other man.
The only thing I know about you is your name. And I don't know if that's real.
Is it important?
I don't know. Why don't I go on with the big question?
I didn't find you. A computer did.
Maitland.
A computer with a very special programming technique. We're defining your soul, Ben, on tape. Not just the facts, the emotions. Love, hate, ambition, fear. And 87 times out of 100, we've been right. And it'll get better. 90, 95. And in a very short time, it'll own you.
No, it won't.
Oh, yes. Ben, I helped program that computer, so I know what it can do. But I got too close to you. I began identifying with you. I feel no man should be used for a laboratory experiment.
That's very nice. But why?
I don't know. Curiosity, maybe. I don't know what drives you, Ben. I know you're being hunted. I know you're fighting to stay free. But would it be that bad to make a deal with Maitland? Ben, let go. Please, come on, let go.
Now you know I'm fighting to stay free.
Yes,
I have no choice. I can't cut it any other way.
I know you can't. Maybe that's what makes you so special to me.
Special. Is that why you're gonna run out on a long, shaky limb? Because I'm special? Well, I'm sorry. I don't buy it.
All right. That computer has a lot of information about you. All top secret. But I got curious. So I picked the lock. I know about your blood. That you're virtually immortal. I know why Maitland is hunting you. And I know why you're searching for your brother.
Then you know I've got to keep running. Keep searching.
And I'd like to help you.
Open that window.
Just a minute. Too bad and too late. He's gone.
Where is he?
Now you see why you can't get involved? Fletcher isn't gonna let go. He just keeps following.
You could throw him off. If you stop being Ben Richards.
It's wrong. I've had a dozen men screening those towns and everything else along that border, and there's nothing.
Yes, we're feeding it in now. I'm not too surprised.
With what?
Richards is receiving professional advice from Terry. She's reversed his habit pattern to confuse a computer.
And she's doing it very well.
No, she's simply delaying us. The computer can work on negative information. Richards has reversed his habit pattern. I'll program the computer to do the same thing. We'll have them both very soon.
My target and your fiancée. How soon will you get a readout?
A few hours.
That's not good enough. I want a program on Miss Kerwin.
I have.
Bits and pieces. I want the entire woman. So I'm having the contents of her apartment brought over here.
Mr. Fletcher, that is a direct invasion of privacy.
Yes, it is. That is the business you're in, Dr. Hollenbeck.
And here's your Worcestershire sauce.
Oh, and how do I like my coffee?
Black,
All right. What's my favorite cheese?
cheddar,
Shower?
gold.
My women?
I'm too nosy, I know. But I can't help it, Ben. I've studied you inside out. I have a PhD in Ben Richards.
But you goofed.
Oh?
Wrong brand.
Well, what?
You know something? If you have to run, this is the way to do it.
Who is it?
Assistant manager.
Yes, what is it?
This, ma'am.
My check?
There seems to be a lack of funds.
Well, that's impossible. There's more than enough money in that account to cover this.
Perhaps, but your account has been frozen. Thank you.
Fletcher.
Ben, it's impossible. Dwayne didn't even know about this account. I kept it separate from everyone. The only way they could possibly have found out is... They searched my apartment.
He did.
The St. Michael Hotel. She tried to cash a check there. You know, I'm beginning to believe in this God of yours, Dr. Hollenbeck. We're getting very close.
I don't like it. I don't like this invasion of Terry's privacy.
Is it distasteful to you? Perhaps you'd like to be let out of your contract.
No.
Good. And I can tell you we've discovered some very interesting information about your fiancée. Why she rescued Ben Richards, what she wants him for, and how they're going to come walking right into our hands.
Planning our future?
No, examining our past. Where we've been. And where we're not going.
What do you mean?
We've been traveling in a zigzag. We've covered a lot of miles, but we're not getting anywhere.
Well, Ben, I told you. That's to confuse the computer.
You stop lying!
Will you let go of me?
You've been conniving, manipulating ever since we got together. Now, I don't know whose side you're on, but it's not mine.
No, I'm not. But it's not for the computer, and it's not for Maitland. It's for myself.
You mean you care about that Ben Richards your computer invented?
Ben,
It won't wash, Terry. I'm getting off here.
That'll be $3.50, please.
Ben, I've lied to you. I've conned you. Maybe I don't love you. Maybe I do a little. But I need you. For my own selfish reasons.
Go on.
Ben, it's not
Hey,
easy
pal.
to...
You got a problem?
Just gonna make a phone call, mister.
About that?
That's right. And I guess you weren't surprised.
Why?
'Cause your card's listed as stolen.
Your card's listed as stolen. Give me some money. Get the car started. I want some truth. You said you had a selfish purpose. Well, let's get specific. Sit down.
Haven't I paid my dues up till now? Without me, Maitland would already have you.
What do you get out of it?
You don't trust anybody, do you?
That's the price you pay. For being, what'd you call it? Free man?
All right. I latched onto you for the same reason Maitland's hunting you.
Oh, my blood. Why didn't you just ask me?
Well, it's not for me. And I was afraid if I told you that you'd just walk away.
That what your machines predicted I'd do?
No. I told you about Dwayne.
Yeah, your human computer.
Well, he's a perfectionist. A man who can't give. I never dared tell him. I had a love affair when I was very young, and it was very romantic. Until it blew up in my face, leaving me with a little emotional scar tissue and a little girl.
Why didn't you try telling him? Maybe he'd understand. Some men would.
Yeah, some men would. But there's more. Bonnie's in the community medical center. She's dying. There's an operation, but it's radical surgery. And she's too weak. She's just too weak. I thought your blood would give her time, give her strength enough to make the operation possible.
It would.
But there's more involved, Ben, than just giving a transfusion. She's in the Maitland Memorial Wing.
Well, if they know you're with me, they know you have a little girl in the hospital. Doesn't take a computer to add up 2 and 2.
Nobody knows I have a child.
Hospital records?
She's registered under a false name.
That would make it easier.
Can you do it?
You do something for me.
What?
My brother, Jason. I want everything they have in that computer on him. Everything. And then I want it erased.
Ben, what you're asking is impossible.
And what you're asking?
I'll do it.
Number one, your innocent little bride-to-be had an ardent love affair some years ago.
I'm an adult, Mr. Fletcher. I can accept that.
Ah, but number two, there was an issue from the affair named Benita, age 6. The child is apparently very ill, with little hope that she can survive an operation.
So that's why Terry needed Ben Richards.
Of course. She's always been true to you in her own way. If she wants Richards to give her daughter a transfusion, all we need to know is where she's put the child. Get me the probabilities on where she may have put her.
Every modern hospital keeps computerized records. I'll just set up a computer inquiry pattern.
Then do it. And I'll take it from there.
Fine.
Hello, Joe.
Terry. Shh. What is it?
I asked you once to do me a large favor.
Well, anything, as long as it isn't immoral, illegal, or fattening.
It's just dangerous. I want you to give Bonnie a blood transfusion.
What?
From Ben Richards. Do you know who he is?
Well, I'm not supposed to know too much, but I am a hematologist doing research for Maitland on aging and blood immunities. I know enough.
Will you do it?
Maitland wants Ben Richards very badly.
Joe, I want my daughter to live.
I'll do it.
Secretly.
For Benita and her beautiful mother, yes.
Ben wants you to schedule it for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, but actually do it at 5 a.m.
Cautious man. Can do. I'll set it up right away.
Thank you, Joe.
A chat with an old friend, Dr. Lacey. Interesting.
Who are you?
No. The question is, who are you? Dr. Joseph Lacey, with a wife, 3 children, a very good job, a professional career. All hostages to fortune.
I insist on knowing who you are.
I'm Mr. Maitland's right-hand man. And you are his property. Now, when does Ben Richards come in for the transfusion, Joseph?
And it's all set. Bonnie's in room 237. You just be there.
5 in the morning?
Right. Where are you going?
Well, I'm gonna get lost for a while. Now, here's the phone number of a telephone booth. I'll be there tomorrow morning about 4:30. Now, if you have any problems, call me.
Okay. Hello? Is something wrong? Ben will be here in half an hour.
I know everything. Forced it out of me, a man named Fletcher. The hospital's surrounded. They'll probably wait until after he's given the blood while he's still weak.
Then Bonnie will get her transfusion.
And they'll get Ben Richards. Unless you can warn him. Can you reach him?
Maybe. It's late.
There's still may be time.
No. Then there'd be no hope for my child. No.
Fletcher?
I just saw Ben Richards. He's on his way.
All right. He just entered the hospital. Move.
precious. Hi, Mom. There's a man coming today. He's gonna give you some of his strength. It'll make you feel much better, much stronger.
Ben Richards. Surgeons usually use the elevator. I'm Joe Lacey. Come on.
Ben.
This place is surrounded like Fort Knox. Now, who tipped him off?
They forced it out of me. I discovered I'm not a very brave man, but they're expecting you in Benita's room, not here.
There'll be time, Ben.
Well, I hope so. Hi.
Hi.
That's long enough. Get Lacey. Go down to Lacey's office and get him. I want him here.
It's done. Take it easy.
Hey, that stings.
Here, I'll just put this. That's impossible.
I heal fast.
Oh, I'd give 10 professional years to have a research lab 6 months in you.
That's a proposition. I'm sorry. Terry?
Here's my special personnel key, input card, instructions. It's all I had time to do, Ben.
What does this say?
Translated into human speech. Activate memory banks. Jason Richards. Retrieve all available data.
Man's whole life on one piece of cardboard. Please don't fold, spindle, or mutilate.
Ben, it's 14 minutes after 6. The Institute day begins at 8 o'clock exactly. Now, after you get the information, leave the input card in place. Release the lock. Push the red button marked erase. And that'll wipe the memory banks clean.
Okay.
Ben, I never intended.
It's all right. I'll be all right.
Just a minute. If you don't mind, I have the rudiments of a plan.
You stay in the girls' room. Dr. Lacey. Get the floor nurse or the maintenance man, quick. Lacey, open the door.
Unlike most human beings, the computer will not respond to force. Only to reason, Mr. Richards. It's time we got to know each other, I think. I'm, Wayne Hollenbeck. Did the girl get the transfusion?
Yes.
Terry must have been touchingly appreciative.
She loves that child. And maybe you, but not me. We had a deal.
Oh. Involving that card? Mm-hmm. May I? Thank you. Your brother. It's all here. All useless without knowledge.
And I can't figure out how to work your computers. Will you help me?
Why should I?
No reason at all.
I'm going to marry Terry, Mr. Richards.
She needs you.
I hope so. I need her. So, for the sake of the daughter I'll have, whom I don't even know, the information is retrieved electronically in roughly 3 minutes of a second. The mechanical printout would take 40 minutes and weigh 50 pounds. Your little gesture set off an alarm. I don't know how much time we've got.
Then erase it. At least they won't be able to find him either.
Destroy the results of someone else's careful programming? Like cutting off my own arm.
And what are you doing here?
I really don't know.
May I tell you? You know, these are machines. And no machine has the right to decide a man's future.
Mr. Richards. Thank you.
Who set off the alarm?
Ben Richards.
Richards was here?
Curious about his brother. He had a total retrieval code. Everything Mr. Maitland had on Jason Richards. He, activated it for erasure.
Erasure of what?
The memory bank, all the data on Jason Richards.
And you didn't stop it? Are you out of your mind? Wait until Mr. Maitland...
You can tell Mr. Maitland. I resign. Hello?
Did they get him?
Hmm.
You helped him?
I helped myself. We resigned from Maitland Enterprises.
We?
If you still want it that way.
We'd better go.
For a while there, I thought I'd lost you.
It wasn't me you'd lost. It was my personality profile. You didn't know me any better than you knew Ben Richards.
Ben Richards, the invisible man.
No, not invisible. Maybe, well, maybe just someone you have to be looking for.